The Barak II in War Thunder, one of the newest additions to the Isn't Really Tech tree and is absolutely fantastic. And this plane is scary, so I'll tell you why in a little bit. But for now, it's an F-16, like the plethora of F-16s that we find in game. But at least it's a little bit unique in its design. I love that spine that it gets on the back. It's perfection. I hate the color separation on the cockpit. Like one is golden and the other is not, but it is what it is. So this aircraft is the D variant of the F-16 and is a Block 40. Those words don't really mean a lot to me since I get AIM 7Ms and AIM 9Ms, and really, that's the only thing that I care about. Flight performance is absolutely fantastic, and compared to the C, it's a little bit heavier, more clunky, and it lacks thrust compared to the C variant. C variant also doesn't have that spine that we talked about, but it doesn't really matter because most of the time you're going at a really high speed, slinging those AIM 7 or AIM 9Ms, and you're just collecting your kills. This thing is a kill collecting machine. The same is going to be for the F-16C, which is annoying me a little bit, and I'll talk about it in a second. But remember when I said that this thing is scary? This thing is scary because of one single reason, and that is Gaijin is basically wanting to put Python 4s on the aircraft in the future. Now, I honestly don't think that the game is ready for the Python 4s. I know that a lot of people would want the Python 4s and say, oh my god, it's okay, and it's going to defeat the R73. To those people, I say, hey, listen, you really don't know what the Python 4 is capable of. You've seen the addition of the Python 3 and what the Python 3 can do. Python 5 is nothing compared to the R73, nothing compared to the AIM 9M. Like, they don't even compare at all. Extremely good IRCCM, so that means insane, actually insane flare resistance. And that's going to annoy a lot of people, including you. Yes, when you're facing the Python that you love to be added to the game, you won't be saying yay, you'll be saying nay. So that's one thing, but that's probably down the line. I don't know when. Just don't want to see it for now. The other thing about this aircraft, its uniqueness drops for me. Because right now in the game we have a ton of F-16. I mean, every single nation almost right now has an F-16. Even China has an F-16 Block 20, which is standardized. I mean, I know that's how the world works. They bought it, blah, blah, blah. A lot of nations bought the F-16 because it's good. But War Thunder doesn't even help it with the mixed matchmaking. Because the mixed matchmaking is killing that unique experience that I have with this aircraft. I'm supposed to be fighting MiGs alone. And, or basically I don't know, the Axis at this point alone. Yeah. So that's the thing that kind of killed it for me. I mean, like I said, the absolute flight performance, English speak, for me is pretty fantastic and reminds me of the sea. It doesn't dogfight that much, well, because we don't get so many dogfights in ARB anymore, and it's a little bit sad. But other than that, I wanted a little bit of uniqueness. And what Gaijin is going to say about the entire mixed matchmaking thing is they don't have enough players, the queue times are going to increase, blah, 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 and it won't work. Or in fact, it's a little bit of a killer for me, because when I entered War Thunder back in 2017, actually, and when they added in the beta testing for the Italian aircraft, I loved, like, I have a team that is basically allies and the other is Axis, and I had to learn how to counter them and go grind their planes and learn what their planes are, their weaknesses, their stuff. And sadly, I don't get that in top tier anymore, and the experience is a little bit hampered, moreover, because of the 16 versus 16 match. I mean, right now we just have AIM 9Ms slash Ls, Sidewinders in general. We have AIM 7s in general. We have a little bit of Phoenixes, well, sprinkled around on every match, and basically that is a little bit too much. Like every time I get into an ARB match right now, it's a little bit of a sense. Well, not a little bit, but actually it is overwhelming. It is too much of a sensory overload for me, and it's killing the joy. Like, to be very honest with you guys, I don't feel the uniqueness in aircraft anymore. Like, really, I don't find these aircraft to be unique enough. I mean, I get them, they're cool, they're amazing, all of that. There's just like not that for me, you know? It's not something that you can attach to, something that's dear and close to your heart. You're like, okay, I just play this. Yay, it has missiles, and that's about it. That's the entire vibe that I'm getting this patch. War Thunder really needs to work on it, because even in my commentary, like, it's getting pretty boring, because it's the same standardized stuff. You don't get like that unique content. It's just like, go, launch missiles, kill. That's it. I know that I've been ranting about this stuff for like some time now, not focusing on the plane, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's an F-16. It pulls really good. The nose feels, as General Lee would put it, mushy at high speeds. That's about it. It's another F-16. It's another addition to the game that we really didn't need. And to be fairly honest, I've been expecting the F-15 at least. That's a new airframe, something to be really excited about, something that is actually new and unique. And for the Russian side, I don't know. Probably sure add the SMT, but at least pick the right variant. I mean, the 917 version of the MiG-29 SMT is way better than the version that we had, even though that is older and from the Soviet Union, believe it or not. Like, the engines are way better, and it's not like the engines that the 919 has, where the 919s get the RD33 Series 3, but the ones that are more reliable, not the ones with the extra thrust. So, yeah, the entire update feels off for me, and that's why I've been feeling kind of about it. I'm not having fun, cannot do really good content, even though that I enjoyed this aircraft. This aircraft is pretty amazing. I mean, just take a look at that reversal that I just pulled off. It's pretty amazing. It's a little bit of a dogfight, at least I got. And yeah. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed my rambling this video, I hope that you enjoyed it, and basically help us out with a subscribe, and see you on the next one.